Alright, how's it going, guys? Jesus here, aka Tyrant Dominus, and I'm about to watch the Battlefield 5 EA replay conference. Let's see what they got in store for us. So I'm gonna start out. I did review this game. I reviewed its battle royale mode, Firestorm. So let's see what they got in store moving forward.
New info on some of the great updates coming to Battlefield 5 in 2019. But don't just take my word for it. My co-host, he reads all of your tweets, and I do actually mean all of them. It's a little bit creepy and weird.
Oh, wow.
Battlefield community manager Adam Freeman. What have you got for us, Freeman?
Oh, thanks, Julia.
Being a community manager must be really tough, you know? Because you gotta read, through all the positivity, you gotta read all that negativity.
What we've got to you today. So, over the next half hour, we're going to be bringing you content that's coming to you over the next few minutes. We've heard what you want, so today you're getting your first look at a ton of new multiplayer maps. Features we know you've been screaming out for, and the arrival of a new theatre of war that's coming to Battlefield 5 this fall. So, when Chapter 4 Define the Odds drops, it's bringing so much cool stuff, so let's get to it. Over to you, Julia.
Alright, let's see what you got.
Thanks, Adam. That's right. Let's wait no longer and tear the plastic off our first new map.
Come on, give me.
Let's check it out.
Okay, new map. Alright.
The Battle of Greece continues.
Turn it up a little bit on my end.
On the Marita map, Allied forces are making a last stand to halt the Axis armies sweeping through the region.
Like, overall, I'm gonna say this now if you're watching this and you're wondering, like, I personally don't like Battlefield 5 gameplay or gunplay. That's what I'm gonna gunplay. It's just not my thing. Personally, like, it was entertaining. It's one of those games like I honestly need to play with people. So, but I do like the content that comes out when games putting out and seeing what they do. So
is an infantry-focused map where all 4 soldier classes will be able to shine. Tanks and aircraft will stand aside for intense infantry gunfights.
Okay.
Flanks in the cobbled streets.
Boots on the ground. I like that. I like that.
Multi-story homes use unique vertical gameplay.
I like that.
Stay alert in this steep environment as the battle of
No, come on. Don't do this to me. Come on. I literally was recording, well, come on, don't do this.
To help give us even more details on Marita, please welcome Ryan MacArthur from DICE. Yeah. So thanks.
Really? Are you really?
Marita looks amazing. What was the map's inspiration?
Well, I think the team in LA
Really? Come on. Don't do this to me.
The Mercury map that everyone saw earlier this month, and so they really wanted to continue that story of the Battle of Greece, which is a bit of an unknown story, new to me as well, as you learn about this stuff. So it's really cool. It's sort of set on the Albanian-Greece border, sort of in the mountains.
Come on, don't do this to me.
The Axis power.
There you go. There you go.
During the war, and it's sort of set above the clouds in this nice little quiet, well, I guess what used to be quiet village.
Not anymore.
Before these guys all show up, and it's quite a different experience than Mercury, and it's sort of a totally different style of gameplay that you would have seen in the game before.
So what kind of gameplay are we talking about? What's happening?
Well, so this
Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. I love that.
Infantry focus map. So as Mr. Battlefield likes to put it, this is total creative chaos. So you're just going to see some
Creative chaos. Yeah.
So what we get there is just head-on, just collisions in the middle of this map, and it's sort of what we try to do with all the new maps that we've created, spending a lot of time to figure out how do we make each one of them different. So when players go in and play one of these new maps, it has a different feel than the ones they played before to sort of create that different experience.
I like that. I like that.
I guess for lack of a better way of putting it, is sort of a banana shape to it, and that banana shape.
Do you like their fruit?
Well, I think fruit's important when you're doing game design. I think. Obviously, and so the shape gives you sort of a variety of different play styles and sort of creates this sort of narrow channels for people to just run head on into each other, which really creates that chaos that is Battlefield. But it gives
what we want, though. That's what we want, that kind of chaos. But most importantly, we need to know, like, we could talk all days, but when can we get our hands on it? That's what we want to know, right?
Yes, that's what I want to know.
The great thing for this
Not really.
coming,
I generally don't.
Part of Chapter course.
Let's see what they got.
Stay tuned, and I think some people are going to get to play it while they're here today.
Ooh, lucky you.
Oh, come on.
Freeman, who's we've stuck up there for no other reason than, well, my own entertainment, has more on Chapter 4 for you. Over to you, Freeman.
I'm up here PTFOing. I don't know what you're giving out to me, Julia. Listen, we have more maps. So let's deliver a brand new one to you.
Another map.
Dan is coming in Chapter 4.
Okay, well, another map. 2 maps, okay.
Fight moves to the North African desert in a vast new map for Battlefield 5, Al Sundan. Prepare to engage alongside a lush desert coast and contrasting harsh environments. Axis forces have militarized the area with camps, a radar tower, and an airbase. You must fight over possession of these critical points.
I like that.
Sundan, we've taken the vista used in a single-player war story under no flag and doubled down on air and land vehicle combat. With this, the location has been optimized for all-out multiplayer action. On this open map, it's up to you to shape the fight. With large distances,
See, the thing I like, the one thing I do enjoy about the Battlefield 5 is their vehicle gunplay, the vehicle play.
use of this sandbox to secure the win. Utilize vehicles, mounted guns,
But I'm a shitty player, so yeah.
capture the strategic airfield to dominate the sky.
I am a horrible dogfighter though.
Infantry battles in tight
I just for some reason I just can't handle the
classic battlefield.
the flight mechanics for some reason. I just can't master them. Like I can do it, but it's not worth for me.
Yeah. That's amazing. So obviously Al Sundan was adapted from Under No Flag. So tell us a little bit about what that process was like.
Yeah, so usually, when the guys, when the team sort of focus on building these war stories, they want to create these nice narrative, linear experiences and sort of that really tell the story of World War II. But with Under No Flag, they sort of took a little bit of a different approach to this and sort of made this big, wide open experience. And that showed a lot of potential from a multiplayer perspective as well. So when we finished the game originally, the team wanted to sort of sit down and sort of a small group of them and take a shot at turning this into what could be an amazing Battlefield map. It's huge. This is a really big map. This is your sort of classic Battlefield sandbox map. This is where you're going to see, tanks and planes and infantry and all of that together in sort of what is truly Battlefield. It's sort of built for that open world gameplay with, depending on no matter how you want to play, there's something there for you.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And so
That's cool.
how I kind of, adjust my strategy, because obviously it's such a wide map. Like, what am I doing?
Well, I think if you look at it, there's room for all different play styles. So there's 6 flags on this when you're playing Conquest, and you can see here, even if you can see from the videos here, you've got, when you go into the village, it's all about infantry play and speed and flanking through the things. And the bridge in the middle, it's all about, sort of controlling that with infantry gameplay. And I think Mr. Battlefield the other day decided to just sit there with his tank and destroy me. But
It's just something that he likes to do.
he's kind of mean. But he's not mean. He's super nice. But
No, but most importantly, I mean, again, we could go on and on and on. We're tight for time because there's so much to get through. We've got so many announcements. When can we get our hands on Al Sundan?
But so this is the first map that we're going to come in with Chapter 4. So June 27th, this is going to be available day 1, Chapter 4 for everybody.
Nice, nice. Now, we've got a couple more surprises to come, but before we get into all that, let's take a look at what's coming in August towards the end of Chapter 4.
See what they got.
Get
What else?
up close and personal. With Chapter 4, Defying the Odds, new and intense close-quarter maps are coming to Battlefield 5. By popular demand, we're bringing more maps to players craving tighter types of multiplayer.
Come on, don't do this to me.
Tailored for intimate infantry combat, the new battlefields will challenge your squad in
Ah, come on.
teamwork, skill, and adaptation are your keys to victory.
Really? You were doing so well.
Fight through an explosives production facility in Lofoten Islands and unseat the Axis occupation in Provence. Prepare to assemble your team and rise above your enemies, and prepare to learn more about these new battlefields later in the year.
2 new maps, maybe? On what it feels like. Nice, nice.
To help us break down these new maps, Ryan and I are joined by by Mr. Battlefield himself, Lars Gustafsson. I don't know if you made that up yourself, but... Oh, and because he asked nicely, we also let Freeman come down from his weird place up there.
You're worse than my Firestorm teammates. You just leave me behind everywhere.
But we can all understand why that happens. Do you want to take over this one for the start?
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, go.
Lars, these are very different then to the two maps we've already shown so far today. Tell us about them.
They are. I mean, taking a step back, we've been closely monitoring how players engage in Tides of War, and no surprise, I mean, they love the bigger modes like Conquest. It's always been kind of a battlefield pillar. But it's been super fun to watch how they engage with passion and dedication in the smaller modes, like Squad Conquest, for example, which really become a success. And with that in mind, then we've, together with the DICE LA studio, they've been going at it, tailoring maps that are specially made for smaller modes. And as such, being able to give that, the close feeling, the tight, what you say, the intimate combat.
Intimate infantry combat.
Oh yeah, we need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Intimate infantry.
We're making that platoon when we get back.
I mean, what kind of the sort of like key strategies then when you're playing close quarters on this map?
As we see with these smaller game modes, I mean, the key to this is just really good team play, really good squad play, and so sticking together and not leaving anybody behind like Mr. Freeman over here, unless he's.
But I mean, what if you want to leave him behind? Can you?
Then it's acceptable. I think.
Because I would.
It's two beautiful maps.
It'd just be a spinning number plate.
It would be, yeah.
As you saw, Lofoten, it's serenity, beautiful Nordic countryside, but then kind of ripped open with gunfire and everything amongst villas and factory equipment. And then Provence, I plan to take my wife there, pastilles on the square.
Stop destroying places you want to take your family. It's weird.
I'll take Ryan.
Yeah, take him instead and then go to town.
But it's beautiful cobblestones, lots of good flanking routes, and the smaller maps really allows you to master every inch of it. So it's really about, knowing your battlefield.
I mean, again, we could go on and on to talk about all of these maps, but we've got one more map to show off, and I want to make sure we have time to get through it.
One more map. All right. I'm actually getting really bored. Nothing really fun for me.
Waiting for, so you're excited about this one.
Lars, you know how much time I'm spending online. Like,
I mean,
I am working.
Just Battlefield, or let's not delve.
Big community features we've announced this month. Increase the max rank, private games. Let's talk max rank. What can you tell us?
Let's talk max rank. We do know, and it's been loudly made to us, our kind of awareness, that there are players out there too skilled who maxed out on rank 50 too quickly. So we've taken that to heart, and we've now taken the max rank from 50 to 500. So it's quite a leap.
Wow, they literally like...
Battlefield 500 now.
So truly a journey for our players to go on, moving forward.
And it's a grind train, but what are people getting if they're on it?
Yeah, what are we getting?
We're all in it. We want the goodies. So to start with, already from rank 51, you will be granted company coins for every rank up. But then at every, we call them milestone ranks, every 50th rank, you will get one shiny new rank icon to show off your skills, and also a beautiful set of dog tags. So lots of ways of showing off your mastery on your journey towards, the world domination.
It's already happening.
August is the time.
August.
Almost here.
So world domination for Lars by August.
Yeah, sorry, I wondered if we were talking about world domination or when that was happening, but all right.
Private games then. The other massive thing that we know players want. What we got?
Yes. I mean, another one that's our lovely community have been vocal about. And previously, for those of you who've been with Battlefield, it was called RSP.
Come on.
The rented server program. But now we're shifting over to private games. And what it means, the beautiful thing with it is, the baseline package that comes out is free for everyone that plays Battlefield 5. So a beautiful package. It's there to let you set up your servers and kind of create your experiences.
Private servers. That's pretty cool. Actually, that is pretty cool. I like that.
You can play with us, for sure.
Thanks.
You can sit with them. And obviously, you love getting all that community feedback, so hit him up, Mr. Battlefield at AOL.com, and let him know.
Well,
just
saying,
that is the thing, though. Like, we're not finished when we're done, right?
No, exactly. It's coming in, let's see, September.
Yeah.
And at that time, we want you to dive on it, set up your servers, play it, and give us feedback. Since this is kind of just the beginning of the journey with the private games, we want to hear what did we do right and where should we shape up and take it an extra notch. So be with us and be candid.
Okay, well, Lars, don't tell Ryan, but you know you're my favourite for this. Thank you very much for it.
Do I still get to
We've got more though, Julia. We've got more.
You're almost.
Well, it's just going to get a bit weird and fighty up here in a minute. Well, as promised, we've got one more Battlefield map to show you. It's called Operation Underground. Lars, Ryan, talk us through what we're about to see. Yes, let's have a look.
Well, this is the ultimate definition of a passion project. So Inge Göran, the original designer for Operation Metro, when we finished Battlefield 5 and shipped it, he wanted to do something that he just was truly invested in. So we kind of went down and he sat down and he came back with what was Operation Underground. And when he showed it to the team, we knew we just had to make this. And I think
That looks pretty cool.
Sort of being part of that journey in the beginning. I mean, you know how much this meant to the team.
Yeah, I mean, I was there when we started to build the maps for Battlefield 3. And early on, it was kind of a brainstorm. I still remember it was tons of images on the wall. We challenged the team to, where do you want to fight? Everything from subway to shopping mall to God knows everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the team started, or someone smart, not me, apparently, said, do I only get to pick one?
Yeah.
So they started to pick a number of them. And I think Inge then chose 3 of them, which was the park, the subway, and kind of the bank area in the city.
Like a kind of scene tapas. I mean, you don't want one meal, you want 3 lots of meals all in
More
one meal.
Better, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So you can see, when you see kind of it spinning behind us here, you can see the true inspiration. But what Inge Göran and the talented crew with him has done is to kind of take at heart the feedback from the original Metro and start to provide especially a lot of flanking routes.
That's cool.
You can kind of move around and be smart about it. And tons of easy to spot ones, but also
Everyone
the most
loves
sneaky
the
ones.
sneaky flank.
Yeah,
Everyone
no,
loves
I
the
think
sneaky flank.
You know, this
Cheeky,
is-
sneaky.
I mean, I think as you look at it, like this is not Metro remastered. This is, as the guys look at it, sort of reimagined. And I think you've got a bunch of different diverse areas. You've got big open courtyards, at street level and narrow streets, and you go down into what you see in the video here with the.
It's pretty cool, but not my thing, honestly.
You find a whole bunch of different things and different ways to play and different styles. And I know the guys have a few surprises in there as well that I think the community's really going to enjoy when they get there.
So when do we get it?
That's
When
the
can we
big
play?
question for today. Is just when.
When?
and
Wait a bit.
when.
October, between chapter 4 and 5.
I think this
October.
the team is really excited about as well. So,
Yeah,
I know I can't wait for October.
No,
either, so.
I have a cracking time playing it in playtest. I'm
Yeah.
so looking forward for everyone else getting to play it too, and everything else that's on these new maps.
Oh, yes.
Generally, the only other
Sorry,
thing
the only
interesting
surprise-
about these conferences, if you're actually there, you get to actually touch
So many surprises for you. So
some of the actual
today,
gameplay.
Never before seen details on Battlefield 5's Chapter 5.
Here's a little look at what the team's been working on.
Alright, let's see. This is actually pretty interesting. Oh, they're finally out in Japan. Are they Chinese? I don't remember. Fuck. World War II? Or 1? Honestly, it's been forever since I played. But, alright.
Team at DICE are hard at work creating an iconic World War II experience.
Yeah, World War II. Okay, so Japan.
This fall with Chapter 5 of Battlefield 5.
Finally. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people have been asking for this.
You'll clash across several battlefields, including a modern take on an absolute classic, Iwo Jima. Since Battlefield began, the Pacific Theatre has been part of its DNA. Now, we're crafting the ultimate reimagining of the conflict. By capturing real-life environments and using the power of Frostbite, we're bringing you the Pacific realized with today's capabilities and technology. Take part in the US invasions as their unstoppable forces charge inland towards unwavering Japanese defenses.
Okay, so they got the US versus Japan in this one.
War-ridden shores and an expanded arsenal to bring your squad.
New weapons. Okay, this actually might get me back from playing it.
To share about the Pacific and how it will evolve Battlefield 5 later in the year. Stay tuned.
Generally, I just didn't like the weapons. I need more better weapons for myself to use.
You went on like a bunch of like research trips. Like, let's find out more about that. Oh, let's set the net one in Tahiti. Yeah. No, sorry.
It's hard work.
I know it's amazing how many people are willing to make that extra effort to go to Hawaii and January in Stockholm.
Yeah.
So it's quite impressive. We really appreciate the team putting in that work.
Oh, yeah, taking one for the
But
team,
obviously, I mean, that's the big new addition to Battlefield 5. So going back to nuclear war in the Pacific, I mean, this is a homecoming for Lars. I mean, not Iwo Jima itself, but the development of it.
I remember my childhood.
Beard come from it.
Yeah, 1,000 yards there.
No, but jokes aside, it's having been with Battlefield all through the journey, it's really where it all started. Battlefield 1942, the Pacific Theater, and already when we started to talk about this game, the journey through the Second World War, everyone came up and kind of, when do we go to the Pacific? So this is the time. It feels like a homecoming. 1942, Battlefield 1943. We've been there before, but this is in a new way.
And I think the great thing, I mean, we hear a lot from the community, and I know, we have these discussions. You've got, where are my U.S. forces? Where's my Japanese army? And getting to sit here in LA today and tell everybody that it's coming. Chapter 5, you're going to get those things. You're going to see some familiar places like Iwo Jima. We've got 2 other maps coming with that, so 3 maps coming with the initial package of the Pacific in Chapter 5.
Okay. Dude, that's what this is what I like about these conferences. Look forward to stuff.
Ping in the trailer.
Ping.
Some iconic weapons and things as well.
My Garand, it's coming, right?
Yes. We're living for the ping. So, I mean, we wouldn't go to Iwo Jima without kind of the weaponry and the hardware. So, bringing tons of iconic weapons, gadgets, and also, after all, it's Battlefield. So, of course, there will be a new set of vehicles. And we want to take that extra step and kind of start giving you the boats, fulfilling that sandbox of land, air, and sea. And the team has focused hard on capturing kind of that.
That's the one thing good about Battlefield is that this like war gameplay.
Capturing the invasion experience and the amphibious warfare. So there's tons of new stuff and new gameplay to look forward to.
And beautiful locations that you ultimately destroy beyond recognition.
Well,
how
Lars
we do
and
it.
Ryan, thank you both very much for joining us.
So
Thank
if
you.
you've lost track of all of these brand new Battlefield announcements, I don't blame you because honestly there was quite a lot.
There's a lot, and I was really not that too into it, but it was cool.
Capable shoulders.
Okay, I'm back up the balcony if they...
Yeah, go on, get up there.
Right, okay. Okay, we've got a load more multiplayer maps then coming in 2019.
Nothing for Firestorm.
Al Sundan on June 27th, followed by
Interesting.
Mauritius,
Nothing for Firestorm.
brand new theatre of war to Battlefield 5.
But yeah, okay.
Releasing this fall.
So.
We're also bringing features we've heard the community out.
Alright, so those are my thoughts for Battlefield. It wasn't that exciting, honestly. It's not really my game. But seeing a lot of things for the game looking forward, it looks like they're putting out a lot of content, and I like that. What am I missing? No, I didn't miss anything. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what they're going to be doing, and I'm looking forward to a little bit more. I might jump back in and test some of the new stuff out when it comes out. Honestly, I am pretty excited actually about the Chapter 5. That's going to be cool. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts for the Battlefield 5 portion of the EA Replay conference. I generally don't really care about the FIFA or the Madden, honestly. I don't want to spend an hour on something I don't care about. I'm going to be honest. So that's it for Battlefield 5. So I might do The Sims 4. I don't know. If there's a video out, it's because I did. If there isn't, because I didn't care. So thanks again, guys, for watching. Until next time, and maybe in another video. Who knows? So see ya.